thoughts on tonight's win?
Hats off to Southern Utah first. I thought they came out and played really, really well. I thought they touched a lot of balls at the net, and we had to serve it really, really, really aggressive to get them out of system. And even then, I thought they passed it well all the way to the end. So hats off to them first, but happy with the girls, the way the girls responded. Obviously, big crowd and first night of the tournament, a lot going on, and took us a little bit to settle in. And I really liked what they did. Sarah obviously got off to a little bit of a slow start, and just the ability of Luana to recognize that, and then other people, Perris, Luisa, Lupe, to really step up and carry us until things started opening up a little bit in that last set for Sarah. So, hats off to, the team. And that's what we talked about. I think it was in set 2 or set 3. And I told them, I was like, hey, that's what great teams do. You don't have to be great every night as an individual. You just have to be good. And if you can't contribute in one way, contribute in another way. And, I thought that's what everybody did.
Questions? Did you do anything differently on the blocking scheme in this last couple of sets? Because you did put a lot of balls down.
Things we were talking about. I think it just took us a little bit to get going. I thought Perris made a great adjustment of starting to take line away from 9. And once that happened, she was blocking balls for points and kind of took some space away from her. And then obviously we were chasing the middles all night long, talking about having our hands high, not really changing anything, just maybe physically changing some things. And we started getting some good touches. And I think a big part of the block at the end, though, was we were serving rockets in set 4. Sarah went back there, served well. Reggie went back there and served the lights out. And I think we got a lot of points, and a lot of those blocks came in those 2 rotations.
Usually relying on all offense, and you relied on every possible style of play. How does that set you up for tomorrow?
I think it just goes back to this group of girls, and we've talked about it all year long. They just want to find a way, and at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. And that's volleyball. Everybody's going to come with a different game plan. Obviously, we have things that we want to go do, and they have things that they obviously want to take away from us. So the ability to adjust and find different ways to win, I think, are key. Luana's been super offensive for our last 3 or 4 matches, and they obviously have a very offensive setter and practice against it every day. And they were just sitting there. So finding other ways to win is what great teams do.
For Perris, did you feel the air come out of them at any certain point that they're just like, yeah, we're doing the best we can, and suddenly everything's turned?
Yeah, I think going into set 4 after we got the first 3 blocks, I think they knew it was over.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah.
Coach, 6 straight wins. How do you see the team so far, mentally, physically, for the next game that is coming up now?
Once you get to any kind of championship tournament, it's just day by day, and you got to come out and be ready to go. And I thought we were ready to go tonight. And you just go out there and you leave it on the court and you compete. And I think that's all I can ask from this group. They've given it everything all year long, all the adjustments we've asked for them to make, the work they've put in. So, the message for me at this point is to enjoy it. Go out there, be confident in what they do, be confident of all the work they've put in. There's nothing we're going to do in the next 23 hours to become better volleyball players. They've already done all that work. So it's up to them to enjoy the work that they put in and just go out and show what they're capable of.
How are you working with the rotation with the players? We saw some of the players that didn't play today, and how it's going to be for tomorrow, what we can expect for tomorrow with it?
I think we've settled in most of the WAC play into a pretty set rotation. Obviously, if somebody's struggling, that's a good thing about this team. We do have depth on this team, and there's people that have played important points for us, throughout the season. And we continue to work, even coming into last week, getting people those extra touches just to keep people ready. And that's what good teams do. Will we change our starting lineup? No. Like I said, I think we've pretty much settled into what we're going to do, and I think that's everybody at this point in time of the year.
Thank you, Coach. Congratulations.
Coach, tomorrow night it's going to be another dogfight against Utah Valley, a team that you're very familiar with. Well, what's going to be that game plan for you guys tomorrow try to stop their best weapons that they've had, especially with the way they played tonight.
Oh yeah, I thought they played well tonight, and I mean, obviously a big key for us will be to serve it well again. If we serve as well as we did tonight, it's gonna be in our favor for sure. I thought we served it really well. Obviously, they have some people on that team that are capable of doing special things. You know, up at Utah, Kaz had a rough night out, and I mean, she bounced back today, and she was pretty dynamic, and that's what great players do. I mean, she's been Player of the Year in this conference, and she's been here for a while, and I mean, I expect her to bounce back and be better than she was when we played them up at Utah, and vice versa. You know, Sarah's the same type of kid. You know, when she's had a bad night or someone's had a bad night, they've been able to bounce back. So, you know, our key will be to cover up our hitters and be able to give our hitters confidence to swing against that big block, and you know, obviously getting the middles rolling will be key for us to get them rolling early.
Any thoughts on the second set?
I mean, we didn't pass it particularly well at the end of the day, and I mean, they hit 405, you know, and they went and got a bunch of points, and we talked about defending it a little bit better, and we weren't touching as many balls on the block in set 2 as we did later in the match, but you know, I thought they played really, really well. I mean, it wasn't that we played bad. Maybe we could have played a little tighter than that, but when you go out and get 17 kills as a team and only have 2 hitting errors, you're going to win a lot of sets, and that's what they did. They went out and had really good offense that set. They passed it really well. Thought we were a little soft with our serve, but for me, it wasn't anything that we did terrible in set 2. It was a little bit of hats off to them.
For Perris and Luisa, you guys obviously saw that Sarah didn't get it going early on. Is there somebody who says something, hey, we got to pick it up, or how do you guys communicate that?
We don't usually say anything. I think we just know.
Yeah,
Like,
we just
we just know, and we know by her like demeanor or anybody's demeanor. Like if they're not having a good night, like somebody else has to step up. So
Yeah.
it just usually is we see it and then we step up.
yeah, we
How
just
big was it to get the win here in front of this home crowd in the first night?
wow, no words. Like the bench, everything's amazing. It's just like everything's working. Everyone is like helping us. So is it like everything? What makes everything better?
Yeah,
So,
I feel like we have the community behind us
Yeah.
for this tournament, so I think it's gonna be good.
Anything else?
Coach, you're telling me you don't have a 24-hour miracle pill to improve them even more?
No. Like I said, I think we talked about it coming into the tournament. This group of girls that went to work last year when they lost to GCU in this tournament, and nobody liked that feeling. And they went to work. They went to work all spring. They stayed in shape over the summer and really put in the time and effort throughout this season. And I can't say enough about them as people. And I think the more that you guys get to be around them, the crowds get to be around them, and they're just so welcoming. And I mean, like Perris said, she feels like the community's out here supporting them, and I think that's for a reason. You know, these girls allow the community to be part of what they're doing, and you get a feeling of that they're not just great volleyball players. They're a great group of young women that do a whole lot of things right besides just play volleyball.
All right, thanks, everybody.
Thank you guys.